Alright, so I just got back from watching Harold and the Purple Crayon, a movie I wasn't really super excited to see, but I went and saw anyway because you never know. Unfortunately, my instincts were correct. This movie kind of stinks. It is very clearly a kid's movie, much within the vein of, your daddy daycares, Smurfs, Fat Alberts, stuff like that. So I grew up on these live action kids movies. The problem with this one is that it's about Harold, who, if you don't know, is a character from a children's book where he has a purple crayon and he draws a bunch of stuff. I never really read this book when I was little. I was much more of a Goodnight Gorilla, Brown Bear, what do you see kind of kid growing up. So we never really owned Harold and the Purple Crayon, but I was aware of his, social influence, I guess you could say. I had friends that had the book, so I was slightly aware. It's a children's book that takes 2 minutes to read, and I don't know why you would make a movie out of this, much less a live-action movie, okay? If you're gonna make it animated and have Harold be a kid. Instead, Harold is an adult, played by Zachary Levi, who I guess is just playing man-childs now. After Shazam, he's just doing this thing now. And nobody in this movie really seems like they want to be here. Zooey Deschanel doesn't seem like she wants to be here. The actors playing the Moose and Porcupine don't seem like they want to be here. The actor playing the villain doesn't really seem like he wants to be here. Even Zachary Levi, who's usually pretty down for anything, is like giving his C effort, in my opinion, in this movie. It's just no one's having a good time. The biggest lack of effort seen is in the directing and the writing department. There is no imagination in this movie whatsoever, which is really ironic because this movie's entire message is about the importance of imagination to an extreme extent, I would say. But nevertheless, it's weird that a movie that is praising imagination so much has so little that Harold does nothing cool with his crayon. For some reason, when the animated characters jump into the real world, the Moose and Porcupine are humans. Instead of making them a real moose and a real porcupine. That would have been creative-ish. But they went the cheaper, safer route of just having them look like humans for some reason. I don't know why. Harold doesn't do anything cool with his crayon, like I mentioned. He makes a plane. There's a fly spider, which is probably the coolest thing in the movie, and it's not really that cool. Don't get your hopes up. So this movie just really frustrated me because if you just animated it, you could have been so much more creative, you could have had much funnier jokes, and you could have had a more interesting storyline, or at least been a bit more entertaining with having some cool animation. And the crazy thing is I did the research, and the director of this movie is an animator. He animates things. He's animated Ice Age movies and stuff like that. So he's no stranger to the medium. I don't understand why this movie is the way it is. It's so frustrating. But anyway, it's not really worth getting that angry over. I'm gonna forget everything about this movie after tomorrow. So anyway, if you are desperate to watch something for the kids, just take them to watch Inside Out 2 again. But if they've already seen that and they want to see something, take them to Despicable Me 4, because I did not like that movie, but kids will like it. It's a great kids movie. The kids will be entertained by the Minions. Okay? There are a lot of kids in the theater for this movie. None of them were very entertained. Nobody was laughing. At least none of the kids were laughing at any of the jokes. Did it keep them occupied for an hour and a half? Yes. But there's better things that you could occupy them with. So many things. So yeah, not really a recommendation for me, but if you are curious, Harold and the Purple Crayon is playing in theaters right now. You can go ahead and check it out.